Hello everyone, thank you for joining today's class. I'm Vishnu from Network Rhinos. Let's talk about a BGP lab. So it's going to be a starting from scratch labs. So I won't be skipping anything here. Starting from configuring IP address until establishing BGP connections between all the devices. So I have taken R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6 routers. Let me group them into multiple AS numbers. This is going to be a different AS. This will be a different AS. And this is going to be again a different AS number. So we'll be doing both iBGP as well as eBGP connections. So let me give some color, fill color. Okay. Style, fill color, again some colors. Okay. Clear. This is going to be my AS 100. I'm going to say it as AS 100. This one will be my AS 200. This is going to be AS 300. So that's all about the AS numbers. Now let's talk about the configuration. Send it to back, lower one layer, again lower one layer. Simple. Let me turn on my devices, 2 at once. I'm running my devices in JNS3 virtual machine. As you can see, an arrow mark highlighted a JNS3 VM, and I do see that my CPU is going 100%. So I'll wait for 30-40 seconds after turning on these devices. Okay, I've given enough time. Again, right click, start. Okay, by the time it boots, let's configure, or let me tell you the IP address I'm going to use. Here IP will be 12.001. In short, I wrote 12.1 there. 12.2. This is 23.2.3 router, so I'm going to use 23.2. 2 is the router number. 23.3. Here it's 36.3. 36.3. This is going to be 36.6. This one is 46.4. 46.6. So here I'm going to use the smaller number first. So 45.5. 45.5. Okay. This is going to be 45.4. This will be 50, okay. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. Let me change this because we're going to do it as a permanent thing. I'll just interchange these routers here. I'll disconnect it, delete, delete, delete. I'll put R4 here, R5 here. It makes more sense while doing the lab. Then let's connect. So here I'm going to use the IP address 14.1, 14.4, here 45.4, 45.5, 56.5, 56.6. Those who are watching my video from the middle, for 12.1 means it's 12.001. Okay, sorry. So I hope all my devices are turned on. Let me take console connection. If you want to take console of all the devices at once, you can click on this button here, which says console. If I click this, I can take console of all the devices in one shot. So as you can see, my R1, R2, R3, R4, 5 and 6 is booting up, which is really good. I'll give some space for me in the bottom so that I can do my labs while seeing the image. That will be more easy when I do the labs. So let's move these devices slightly up. Okay. I have enough space for my console to put here. Okay. Now we are good. Let's configure IP address. Now I normally use Notepad because it's easy just to copy paste and instead of typing all the commands one by one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first show you configuring R1, then I'll use Notepad to change the variables alone. So let's configure interface fa0/0 IP address 12.0.0.1. Simple. Now I go into interface fa1/0 IP address 14.0.0.1. Wait. Let me use a notepad here. Let's take notepad. Now I'll be writing the configuration side by side on this place also, so that it will be easy for you guys to follow. So R1, the configuration was what? It was configure terminal, interface fa0/0, IP address 12.0.0.1.255.0.0.0, no shutdown. Then exit, then again interface fa1/0, IP address 14.0.0.1.255.0.0.0, no shutdown. Let's write it for R2. Just copy this. So R2, so we have fa0/0 here. Just change the IP address 23.0.0.2. This is that easy. Instead of typing all the commands again, I can simply edit the IP alone. That's it. I have configured R2. Obviously, I'll be copy pasting this on my devices once I'm done with this one. R3. Again, paste it. R3 via fa0/0 is 36.0.0.3. While doing this, try to go slow or try to repeat or tell the IP address so you don't do mistake here. fa1/0 is 23.0.0.3. R3 is also done. Let's go to R4. So we have R4 here. fa0/0 is 45.0.0.4. It's going to be 45.0.0.4. It is 14.0.0.4. Okay, that was easy. R5. We have R5 here. R5 fa0/0 is 56.0.0.5. So let's write this 56.0.0.5. It's going to be 45.0.0.5. 45.0.0.5 R6. That's our last device. What we have. FA0. Okay, I don't have FA0/0. See here. We might have went wrong. FA1/0 is 36.006. Let's create this. 56.006, which is F1/1. 56.006. Cool. Let's copy paste. Now comes the easiest part. So while copy paste, you cannot type Control V on your this session, console session. You have to use Shift Insert. Where to Shift Insert? That's all. Simple. I'll do the same thing with other devices also. Like I have done it with R5. Let's go with R. I'm done with R6. Let's go with R5. Okay, that is done. Then R4. See, if you see that this command is getting stuck at no shutdown, obviously this interface will not go to no shutdown state. To overcome this problem, I normally use exclamation mark at the commands like this. Now, if I copy from here, it will take one more command without having any problem. This will also press an enter for me. Now R3. See, the enter has happened now. Okay, that's fine. Let's check randomly one location to check if my IP configuration is good. I'm pinging the router 5. The ping is working or not. 45 is working. I'm pinging 14.001, which is router 1. The ping is again working. So this is all about your IP address configuration. If you want taking a screenshot of this lab, I'll show you this. This is R1, R2, R3. You can take a snap or photo. Then we have R4, R5 and R6. Here it is. You can take a snap or photo. Okay, we're all good now. Let's go with the BGP configuration. So BGP, let's start with R1. In R1, I'm going to configure BGP like this. Router, BGP, AS number is 100. My neighbor is going to be 12.00225. Sorry. Remote AS is what, 200. That's it. Now I would like to advertise my network. So I'll say network 12.000. I forgot whether it's net mask or wildcard mask. So I'll just do it here once. Configure terminal, router BGP 100, neighbor 12.002, remote AS 200, network 12.000, 12.000, net mask, mask, then 255.0.0.0. Simple. Let me write it down. Mask 255.0.0.0. There are two neighbors, so let's configure two neighbors now. Next neighbor is 14.4. So I'll edit this file 14.0.0.4. Network, I'm going to advertise 14 network also on my network. So I'll just advertise 14 here. So isn't that simple? Now we're done with R1 configuration. Let's go with R2. R2 will have two neighborship. One will be IBGP and second is eBGP. Let's configure that. So router BGP R2 is 200. If neighbor is 12.001, remote AS is 100. This defines an eBGP session. As you can see, my AS is 200, but the remote AS is 100. Let's go with this one. Neighbor is 23.003. Remote AS is 200 again. That defines an IBGP. Network command, I'll just copy here the network. It will be easy for me. Control C, Control C, Control V. Here we have network, dual network we have in R2, yes, leave it as it is. Here change it to 23. That's it. Let's go to R3. I'm going to copy this and change the variables alone. So it's going to be 23.002. 23.002 with remote AS of 200. Next is, oh, we cannot see that. That's fine. For R3, we have 36.006 in AS300. AS300, you'll be having 36.006. Network is going to be 23, leave it as it is. Then we'll have 36 also. Then R4. For R4, we have neighbor 12.00, sorry, we have 14.001. Remote is 100, it is good. My AS is 200, right? Then we have 45.005 at 200. 45.005. Network mask, I think we have to change it to 14. Then we have 45. R5. Good. So we have R5 at 200, leave it as it is. We have two neighbors, 45.004. Let's change it first. 45.004 and R4 lies in AS number 200. Then we have 56.006 at AS number 300. Network IDs 45 and 56. 45 and 56. Let's go with our last router. We have R6. That's the last guy. His AS number is 300. Let's change it first. My neighbor is 36.003. 36.003. Remote AS is 200. The another neighbor is 56.005. 56.005. Leave it as it is. Remote AS is 200. The network will be 36 and 56. 36 and then 56. That's it. We have configured router BGP here. So let's exit, shift insert, enter. That's it. So I'll do this copy paste on all the devices. In the meantime, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot too. I can see that my neighborship is coming up. That's a good sign that we are not doing any mistakes in the configuration. Even while pasting, just have a look at a glance whether you have any IPs or AS numbers mentioned wrong or not, just to make sure that nothing goes bad at last. Okay, fine. So we are all set now. Let me try to advertise a loopback interface from R6, and I'll just check whether I learned the loopback interface in R2 or not. Configure terminal, interface loopback 0, IP address. I'm going to use the number of the router 255.0.0.0, no shutdown. Then router BGP 300, network 6.0.0.0, mask 255.0.0.0. That's it. Let's go to R2 and check whether I'm giving this IP or not. Show IP route. As of now, I don't see that IP to be here. Let's wait for some more time. Okay, now I'm sorry. Did I miss it? No. Now you can see in the first place, it says I learned it via 200. AD 200 means it's a EBGP, IBGP learned route because I'm learning it from R3. So that proves that our BGP is working good. That's all about BGP. Is very simple. But one small information I want to give you. I'm learning this IP at R2. Let me check whether R1 if I'm getting it or not. Show IP. Right. So as you can see, now we try to ping it 6.6.6.6. Ping is working, which means end-to-end connection has been established. So that was a very simple lab of BGP. I hope that was informational. And for classes, we can always go to our website, network Rhinos. Sorry, that was wrong. networkrhinos.com. We have branches at Chennai as well as Bangalore as well as Coimbatore. If you want to join any of these branches, you can contact my phone number 9790901210. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.